The Rock just broke his silence on what Gunther did to Nick Aldis and what the most powerful man connected to WWE Creative just said about the Ring General's future on SmackDown has the entire locker room on edge. But here is the question nobody's asking. When The Rock speaks about firing a WWE superstar, is he speaking as a fan or as a TKO board member who actually has the power to make it happen? Stay until the very end because the answer changes Gunther's SummerSlam situation completely. Welcome back to WWE Arena. I'm Nino, and today we're breaking down why The Rock's reaction to Gunther's actions could have massive consequences for SmackDown and the road to SummerSlam 2026. Let's dive right in. On the July 10th episode of SmackDown in Oklahoma City, Gunther attacked Nick Aldis, the SmackDown general manager, on his very first night back from administrative leave. A clothesline, 4 sleeper holds, a devastating big boot. 6 officials were completely unable to contain the situation. Honestly, at this point, SmackDown security makes the Spirit Squad look intimidating. Aldis was left unconscious on the mat. Cody Rhodes made the save after the show went off the air and challenged Gunther to a one-on-one match. Gunther simply walked away without saying a word. Then, the story took a massive turn. The Rock, TKO board member, Hollywood superstar, and arguably the most influential figure connected to WWE outside of Triple H, entered the conversation. And whenever The Rock publicly talks about what should happen to a WWE superstar, people listen. Here is the detail that changes everything. The Rock isn't just another wrestling legend giving his opinion. As a member of TKO's board of directors, he carries real influence within the company. We've already seen him play a major role in WWE storylines before, especially during the road to WrestleMania 40, where his involvement went far beyond appearing on television. So when The Rock suggests that Gunther crossed a line and deserves serious consequences, it becomes much more than a former champion sharing his thoughts. It becomes a statement that WWE leadership can't simply ignore. That possibility immediately changes the atmosphere around SmackDown. If someone with The Rock's influence is calling for action, the chances of Gunther facing a major consequence before SummerSlam suddenly become much more believable. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because this is where the story gets really interesting. Here's where many fans may be looking at this the wrong way. Some people believe The Rock's comments are nothing more than celebrity opinions, and that Triple H will continue running WWE exactly the way he wants. But that argument overlooks one important fact. The Rock's role within TKO isn't symbolic. His influence has been felt before, and history shows that his voice carries weight whenever major WWE decisions are being discussed. That doesn't automatically mean Gunther is about to be fired. Instead, it raises a much bigger question. How will Triple H respond? Will he ignore The Rock's comments? Or will he use this moment to create one of the biggest storylines heading into SummerSlam? Looking at The Rock's own history makes this situation even more fascinating. During his 2024 run, he portrayed one of WWE's most powerful authority figures, using his position to control situations and intimidate anyone who stood in his way. Because of that, it's easy to see why Gunther attacking a general manager would catch his attention. Perhaps The Rock sees a reflection of his own abuse of power, only this time from the outside looking in. Whether that's part of the storyline or not, his comments have added another layer to one of SmackDown's hottest feuds. Now let's look at 3 possible outcomes. First, Triple H could respond by placing Gunther under strict conditions before SummerSlam. One more violent incident could cost him his opportunity on the biggest stage of the summer. Second, all of this pressure could accelerate Nick Aldis' rumored in-ring return, leading WWE to officially announce Gunther versus Aldis for SummerSlam in what would instantly become one of the most personal matches on the card. Or finally, WWE could deliver its biggest surprise yet by having The Rock appear at SummerSlam, costing Gunther the match before beginning an entirely new rivalry between 2 of the company's biggest names. No matter which direction WWE chooses, one thing is certain. The Rock has entered the conversation, and that alone has made Gunther's future far more unpredictable than it was just days ago. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think The Rock's involvement will lead to a harsher punishment for Gunther? Or will it only make the ring general an even bigger anti-authority force on SmackDown? Drop your prediction in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.